So it's 1.55 crores in one day, one session, and the million dollar question is how. So I'll tell you the steps on how we actually engineered 1 crore a day and how you can actually implement this. You can see L3 happened, we pitched a high ticket product to, women. All our housewives, majority 80% of them are housewives. We pitched a super high ticket product, did not give any installments. Like we gave, but nobody opted for that. So 80% of payments have come in full, by the way. The reason why we are able to create such results for other people is because of this man. If he had not embedded these principles in our mind, I think we'll be just selling courses and making money. I don't think this kind of result would ever be possible.
So Lao Tzu says that when you realize that there is no lacking, then the whole world is yours, right? Yes? And this is one mother-son duo who actually believe that with all their heart. Give it up for them. Yes, if there are a few people clapping, let's go all out. Sorry, I was doing that on the mic. She has been Sid's student since Sid's first batch in ILH. Okay? She's trained over 50,000 women in the last 3 years. Yeah, go for it, go for it. She has a paid community of over 4,000 women. And she and her son have crossed 10 crores in just 3 years. Wow, wow, wow. Amazing. So she was featured in India's leading publications for her unique methodology of integrating tarot cards with life coaching. I love that. Integrating tarot cards with life coaching. This mother-son duo, Aditya and Sonia, are on a mission to redefine the way spiritual modalities are being used in this country. So let's hear it for the 1 hour equals 1 crore quantum mother-son duo, Aditya and Sonia Sharma. Yay! 1 hour equals 1 crore. We need a louder round of applause, guys.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much for having us here. I'm so happy. I can't tell. I'm so happy here. All right. I will just brief you about myself. I'm Sonia, a school counselor and life coach turned tarot and spiritual coach, and is Aditya, you know that. Born and brought up in Delhi. I got married when I was 23-year-old, married to a very nice, loving man who had a great business, enjoying all the wealth and riches of life. You can imagine kitty party stuff, but God has some other plans for me. 5 years after my marriage, my husband he went deep into financial crisis. And at that time, I was very helpless and hopeless, looking for people who could help me come over that. And this is that time I went to an astrologer and he said that your married life is going to come to an end. I was shattered completely. I was crying badly. And there were a lot of things, I was thinking. I was so much insecure. And I was crying badly, thinking what will happen to my future, what will happen to these 2 kids. And imagine all kind of negative self-thoughts I was surrounded with. The man who loves me so much, I'm married to a man whom I love, my own choice. Now I started looking him in a doubt. Why will he leave me? Will some other woman come in his life? क्यों छोड़ेगा मुझे? And now he has become a villain. Now imagine the kind of mindset I had just because one astrologer said something. And I was crying thinking about all this when my mother counseled me and she said that, Sonia, just listen to me once again. Nobody on this earth has can ever predict what is going to happen in future. So it's all up to you. What do you want? If you want to be together, nobody can separate you. And if you don't want to be, living together, you want to get separated, nobody on this earth can actually make you stay together. So it's all up to you. It's all up to the choices what you make. So all that, I felt quite relief. I felt very empowered. Now the power which I gave, my own power I gave to that astrologer, I claimed it back. I felt that I have everything in my control now. But at that time, something else, a lot of grudges against that astrologer, that who's he, wo kaun hota hai, meri life mein ye batane wala ki kya hoga meri life mein. But at the same time, something shifted inside. I wanted to know, I was curious to know what basis he said all that. And that made me learn all these spiritual modalities one after another. I wanted to know in depth what exactly it is. And the more I learned, the more I discovered myself. And I understood that there is a lot more other than prediction what you can do with these spiritual modalities. And that is how, I discovered that I will use these spiritual modalities to empower people, not predicting. During COVID time, I attracted many such women who were actually the victim of poor predictions. I could see myself in their eyes, I could feel their pain. And at that time, I felt that it's time to show up. It's time to empower people that there's something more you can do other than predictions. As we all say, we all believe in that. When a student is ready, the master appears. Yes? So when I declared this in the universe, what happened? Siddharth Rajsekar, he appeared. And, I integrated tarot with life coaching and created tarot life coaching. This is what we created. So what I do, thank you so much, what I do is learn women all these spiritual modalities starting from tarot, and Aditya makes them earn money so that they can make a career out of it. So this is how we have started, and it all happened just because of our mentor, Siddharth. So Aditya will tell you more about it, what you all are here to, want to listen.
So I want to make a correction. It's not 1 crore, it's more than that. So please know that. So it's 1.55 crores in one day, one session. And the $1 million question is how? And honestly, speaking, if I tell you in 3 slides, I can tell you how we did it. And you can look at it on the screen right now. Level 3 showcase, all of you know that you need to pitch your L3. We did that. 150 people attended that session. 58 sales at 2.5 lakhs. 3 sales at 3.5 lakhs. 1.55 crores, one day, one session. And if you ask me how, I really don't know. I'm equally shocked, surprised. And if I tell you that, we planned it, we were sitting, Mama and me were sitting and, thinking about, look, we'll do this, speak these words, do this offer and we'll make a crores in a day, I'll be lying to you. It's not like that. But I'll tell you in this segment what I do know, because that's more important. And you can make a decision, you can, do a checklist for yourself. If that is something that you're doing, if you're doing that, you can get these results. Because I can tell you for sure that I can look at your faces and I know how surprised you are. This was the exact position what we were when we got this result. So I can tell you what I do know in this segment. And that's what I'm going to be covering right now. So I'll tell you the truth. What is the truth here in this whole segment, getting this result? There was no special tactic. And, once I got that result and Mama told me, this many people bought, my tactical brain, it got fried up. Because I honestly could not fathom, to think that we've got that result. So it was no special tactic that we did, to get this result. And there was no special presentation as such. Just like you guys do L3, we do L3. We did that. So there was no such presentation skills that we had, and this result happened through that. It was not because of that. And there was nothing special about the email sent. So I know all of you sent, it was simple invitation, come, this is the product that we are going to be telling you about. This is our L3, come here. And this is how all people came. Nothing new. So if I tell you really how, I'll tell you what I do know. And this is, something in front of you right now. It's because of the real results. It's not about us. If you want to get the answer to this question, that how did we achieve 1.55 crores in a single day, ask yourself why you are in quantum right now. Ask yourself. You will get the answer to this. You're in quantum because you've seen the results. And these people who are buying, they've seen the results. So there's no shortcut to this game. There's no tactics to this game that can help you achieve a crore in a single day. It's all about your work, and that is reflecting in the sales that you saw right now. The real results. And this is not something, we know consciously, but I'll tell you what I do know. It's because of this man. The reason why we are able to create such results for other people is because of this man. If he had not embedded these principles in our mind, I think we'll be just selling courses and making money. I don't think this kind of result would ever be possible. Because it happens because of the real results. And this is the quality that this man is, embedded in us. We've not done anything special, but we've observed and truly listened to what he's doing. And not just as a student, but looking at him, every single feeling that I get as a customer, I want to embed that same feeling in my customers. And that's what I'm doing, and that's what we are doing. Nothing, unique about that. And I'll tell you, you can see L3 happened. We pitched a high-ticket product to, women. All our housewives, majority, 80% of them are housewives. We pitched a super high-ticket product, did not give any installments. Like, we gave, but nobody opted for that. So 80% of the payments have come in full, by the way. I want to tell you that. So if some of you thinking that installments are the answer, that's one thing that I want to tell you. But there were 3 things that were stopping us from doing that. And I believe that exactly 2-3 weeks ago, we were in that position. It happened like that. It was not a big year-long plan that we engineered a 1 crore a day. It did not happen like that. And I'll tell you 3 things that were stopping us. And I believe that if you see that, that can help you. We had a fear of rejection, both me and Mama. People can't pay this much, especially women. How can they pay this much? We had that fear of rejection that was stopping us. We kept on not asking this kind of money because we had that fear. And that was something that was stopping us. Perfectionism. L3 webinar. Look at your L1 webinars. It's so perfect. So what about L3 webinar? It should be perfect webinar, perfect offer. I like that concept. Like Sandeep said, you just start firing and then aim. And this happened for us. Like we did not, focus too much on the presentation of the slides. We just did it. And as stupid or as simple as it sounds, it's true. And you will only, understand this once you do it yourself. So we did not look at any single thing. We simply, asked for it. And the third thing was stopping us. We were happy with front-end profits. And I believe this was the biggest, obstacle in front of us to achieve this result. And I learned this from, all my mentors that, you need to have that kind of, frequency, like they said. So I, understood that on a deeper level. We were too happy with the kind of results that we were getting that we were, we were not looking at L3. We were looking at completely different things. And we were happy with the front end. L1 was making money, so we were just like, chill, just scale this thing. And we were not asking for L3. And that is the thing why I say that Facebook ads, your advertising, it's not a profit generation, thing. It's a customer acquisition tool. You're not advertising to make profits. You're advertising to get customers. That's the one thing that I want to tell you guys because this was a major blockage for us. So I'll tell you the steps on how we actually engineered 1 crore a day and how you can actually implement this. So first step is building a solid level 3. Although we did not understood like what is solid, but I'll tell you what we did. The problem that we faced is that we were earlier, our L2 products that we had, we were pitching anything for anything. We were pitching what we felt was right for them, not what they were actually asking. So that was the biggest challenge, and this was a problem that me and mom both faced. And that is why we were thinking that women can't pay this much. It was not because it was not because of the money. It was because what we are pitching is not what they've come here for. That was the problem. The solution to this is that something that you're pitching to your existing customers, it should be the next problem that they're facing. It should not be something that you want to pitch to them just because you need an L2. You can't have an L2 or L3 just because you want to have it. You can only have it because if they're facing a next problem and you know that you can solve it, you need to pitch it. That is how you build a solid L3. There's no special things that you put in it. It's what people are actually already asking you right now. In your inner circle calls, in every single call, or if you're talking to your customers, you know what they're asking for. And that is the next step. You need to build that out. That's the solution to this. And this gave us a very important lesson, that you need to understand the customer's journey to the main result. When you're advertising your L1, you need to keep in mind your L3. Because L1 is how if you're thinking about L3, only then you can put the right message in the ads, only then you can say the right things in the webinar. It's only then you will get the right people in your L1. And once you have the right people in your L1, then only these kind of conversions can happen. And if you look at any big person who's making big numbers, crores a month, or you will know that this is a pattern. They might not know it, but this is a pattern that you need to understand if you really want to hit numbers like that. And step 2.
Before we go to step number 2, I would also like to add something here. We actually sat with Siddharth. We actually planned everything, what we need to, add in our L3. Because it has to be something, it has to be an irresistible offer for them, which nobody has the guts to say no. We sat, we looked at all the pain points, we looked at their desires, and this all came when I was taking my inner calls. I was jotting down, all the points of what do they need, what are their pain points. And based on that, we designed our L3. I think this really helped us. So step number 2, Aditya.
Yes, so let's come to step number 2. I hope you understand and clear about the step number 1. Just give me a thumbs up if you can see. Thank you. Yeah, so bonding with customers, and I'll be quick in this to let you know it's different than trust. And this is something that we're trying to decode it, and the more I talk about it, the more clearer I get about this point. It's different than trust. Trust you can get from your Zoom calls, but bonding is where the real magic happens. All of your L3 customers, if you have right now, they're people who are truly bonded with you. They don't just trust you. Everybody who has bought your L1, they trust you. But people who have really bonded with you, they are your L3 customers. So how do you bond with them? And how did we do this to achieve this kind of a result? I'll share about that. The problem is that you might be the best, you might be the most humble, but you're still talking to a customer on a Zoom screen. So yes, they will trust you, they can trust you, but still, you're on a Zoom screen, you cannot really bond with them like that. And this is where the solution comes into the picture, is live community retreats. And this is why, the reason why I'm sharing this is because all the sales that we have got, 60% of the people are people who have attended our live retreat. This is how you bond with them. When they can see you, touch you, feel you, this is what happens. And I'll tell you 3 pointers what we did in this event. And if you can see on the screen, I think Mama will talk about what she did special in this event to create that bond.
So it's all about celebrating their success. There was no such theme, one theme that I wanted to celebrate their success. All the hard work which they had done in 2.5 years, I wanted to acknowledge them. I wanted to appreciate them. So this is what we do in our retreat. We actually made them experience all those things what Siddharth said, make us experience here in our retreat. I hope you can understand. Making a connection, making a bonding. And I can't tell you, I was crying, my students, they were crying. It was all like, I could feel that love. I, spoke to a few of my Alpha members that I couldn't, I was just thinking, why did I stop this? Why, kyun itni time tak main ruki rahi iske liye? And that worked like a miracle. Because they started asking me, ma'am, what is your next level? What is that? What are the charges for that? I'm ready to start this journey with you. I want to go, ahead with you. And I had, in a very subtle way, I said that just wait for it. But it's not going to be very easy thing. It's going to be little expensive. So you really need to make up your mind in a very subtle way so that it's not a pitch. So this is the seeding which also happened that time.
Yeah. See, and I can tell you 3 pointers that will help you in do this and to understand this. You need to invest more in your community than you do on your personal PR. It's been 3 years and we have not invested too much on newspaper publications. But I can tell you, we spent 15 lakhs from our own pocket on that event before making this sales that we did on that level 3. Before doing that, we spent 15 lakhs from our pocket to do this. That was the principle that I learned from my mentor. If you look at Sid, he does not need to do this. But that's the experience that he's providing us. And I want to embed that same thing with my customers, and that's how we did it. And your event is not about learning, it's about celebrating. If you look at this whole event, exactly model the same thing.
Yeah.
We are celebrating the people who have done it because that's how the other people who are not doing it will get up. And that's what you want. You want more completion so that more people can see your showcase and buy. It all compounds and comes back to that 1 crore a day. This was how it was engineered. Yeah, finishers and superstars. And you need to seed for the next level without desperation. So, to be honest, at that time, we did not even have a clarity that we were going to be doing a L3 showcase. So, it was happening unconsciously. We were seeding because we ourselves did not.
We knew that sometime, hum zarur karenge because it was after our life. L3 nikalo. There was so much of guilt, but we knew that someday. We never knew that it will be very soon.
Yes. So this gives us an important lesson that your customers, that you need to think, because we are doing a business on Zoom and we keep on forgetting that. Your customers are real people who want real connections to get real results. This is what matters. Your 100% focus should be on this. This 1 crore a day will be a byproduct of what we are we're showing you right now. So that's the thing that you need to understand. And step 3, I'll quickly go on to this because this is a more tactical thing, but this will definitely help you, which is the payment structure. How did we get full payments from an audience which people think that can't even afford something? The problem, the myth is that women, housewives, they can't pay this much, and without installments, they cannot pay this much. And I'll tell you what we did to solve this. And this is a very important solution that I want to share with you. We kept the best part of our offer only for people who have made the full payment. This is the structure of the payment that we give. Anybody who makes the full payment within 15 days will get the best part of the offer. I'm saying to you that is the best part, but it's proper structure, like additional bonuses only for people who make the full payment. That was the offer that we gave to them within 15 days that they need to pay. And that is an important lesson that I want to share with you, which I learned from one of my mentors. His name is Alex Hormozy. He says that urgency will work when you want to get more volume of people into your world. But scarcity will work when you want to get those people to pay you more. So that's an important lesson that I want to share that with you. This is what we did, which helped us, crack that. And I just want to end this one thing, because if you understand this one thing, I think everything will be very, very clear to you. We are not aiming to be the best in our niche. That's not the focus, because one thing that I've learned from a Sid, is that be the best student of your niche. And that is, what we're chasing. And I feel this is what's resulting in all of that. So thank you guys, and thank you, Sid.
Thank you so much, Sid.
Words are short, but I can just tell you, I'm very happy. Very happy to be a...
Okay, let's give them a big round of applause. By the way, that's a Blair Singer quote. That's Blair Singer. Yeah? Hey, awesome, man. Bigger round of applause, standing ovation. Come on, receive it. 1 crore in 1 day is possible. Yes or no, Quantum? Wow. Thank you for sharing, Aditya. Did you see, how many of you attended FBR? How many of you angels bought after FBR? Quite a few of you here. Of course, I had sold angels even before that. But can all of you see how fast they just implemented after attending FBR? All of you see that? Live event, live experience. Don't sell anything. Celebrate. Seed the idea. Sell. And you did your showcase after. You didn't sell in the event because you have to maintain the purity of the event.
Yeah.
Yeah, we didn't.
Bulb on. All of you say bulb on. Okay. Thank you all so much.
We actually modeled you only, sir. He takes the technical part, and I take your energy.
You're the heart. Awesome. Thank you, Aditya, Sonia, as usual. Awesome. Awesome. Thank you.
Everyone, thank you.
Thank you, please.